Всем привет, дорогие друзья. Меня зовут Нотимер. Мы продолжаем игрушку под названием Noire. Привет, София, рад тебя видеть. Как ты? Спрашивает София. Ну вот, левый бок начал сегодня болеть. Если будет совсем не вмоготу, то завершу стрим. Так, посижу. Надеюсь, тебе хоть получше стало. Ну, я не скажу, что получше. Спасибо за обнимашки. Дело называется «Машина консула».
Okay, we're gonna keep this short. I'm already late for the DA. First up, Phelps, Bukowski. We got a report of a brand new Packard abandoned in an empty lot off 2nd Street between Olive and Grand. PR is one Oswald Jacobs says the vehicle was dumped in his backyard. There's a patrolman on site. Get down there and see what you can turn up. Any questions? Good, get going.
The only reason some people get lost in thought is because it's unfamiliar terrain.
Better go earn our pathetic wages. Rimsky, O'Halloran. Intelligence has information on a stolen car racket.
I say we bust in there and find the
An
guy.
abandoned vehicle. Catch all the good ones, huh, Phelps?
Sounds like there's more to it than that. Nobody dumps a shiny new Packard unless they borrowed it without asking.
You don't say. You're on fire today, Einstein.
Very funny.
Come on, my intense protege. Let's go save the world.
Boys get any on the side.
Так. Покажи выход. Как тебе там?
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
Раньше можно было сесть за одно сиденье,
You hear
потом
about
пересесть
Adrian?
на другое.
Abroad in Seattle threw him out. Wife says she's gonna take him back.
Women generally show more compassion.
What are you talking about? Adrian dumped on her. He was humping the secretary. Margaret should show some pride.
Pride comes before a fall, Bukowski. Talking from experience.
Это они говорят о предыдущем деле, где мужик кинул свою жену и собирался уехать к любовнице в Сиэтл.
Are you trying to kill me?
Any unit able to handle citizen reports of 211 in progress. 43070 State Street. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
Phelps, traffic.
I'm Officer Houlihan. Car's down the alleyway, detectives.
We got a call about an abandoned vehicle.
Yes, sir. The car has flags. Might be some kind of diplomatic vehicle?
Has anyone touched this vehicle since you arrived?
No. And that Jacobs bird over there was on station before I got here.
We'll talk with him in a moment. Give us some time to look the place over.
Sure, take your time. He's a sore-headed old son of a bitch anyway.
Понятно. Идемте осматривать место преступления. Ну, для начала это машина. Без номеров.
We'll have to use the registration to trace the owner. I must have taken the flag as a souvenir. Can't have it any street value.
Аргентинский флаг. Как технично он подвинул. Насколько я помню, у них сейчас 40, то ли 46-й, то ли 47-й год.
It's owned by the Argentinian embassy. Empty.
Еще раз такие спички.
I don't think so.
Не то. Ключ. Братья Юи Паккард.
Combination wrench. Must have used it to remove the wheel lugs.
Doesn't look like anything.
Понятно, к этому отношения не имеет. Спасибо, София, за обнимашки.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Could you run the name Dewey Brothers? Possibly a dealership or car mechanics workshop.
One moment. Dewey Brothers Packard Dealership, 629 Figueroa Street.
Got it. Thanks for your help.
Что-то еще не до это. Не до это. Не добили. Колесо.
Stealing the wheels is for amateurs. Car ring would have stripped it in a warehouse.
Так, вроде все. Судя по музыке, все.
Don't think this is anything.
Теперь можно побазарить.
Better see what this Jacobs guy has to say. The car was dumped in his backyard, after all.
Oswald Jacobs?
That's right.
What exactly happened here, Mr. Jacobs?
Last night, I was looking out of my window. I like to keep an eye on what's going on.
I can understand that.
You see this empty lot? Damn kids play stickball here. Always breaking my windows. Always asking for their ball back.
Can we get back to the car, Mr. Jacobs?
Don't be impatient, Sonny. Anyways, last night I see this brand spanking new Packard up on bricks.
Ну что ж, давайте расспросим его.
Did you see who stole the Packard?
Hell yes, I did. I saw 3 goddamn Mexicans going to work on it.
Но вроде не вред.
Can you tell us what they were doing?
Using the headlights of an old Ford so they could strip the thing. I yelled out to them, "I'll call the cops." So they loaded up their car and drove off, tooting and hollering and yelling obscenities at me in Mexican.
You speak Spanish, sir?
No, I do not.
Ну, с этим стариком, по-моему, попроще. Он, когда врет, он глаза щурит, насколько я помню. Привет, Вика.
After the Mexicans left, you didn't go anywhere near the car?
After I scared them off? No, I didn't go anywhere near that car.
Ну, видите, такое лицо скорчил, будто мы сомневаемся.
You went out to the car. Once they were gone, you had to take a look for yourself.
I was curious. Ain't no law against that. So what if I took a look around that car? You can't be accusing me of nothing.
Автомобиль.
Tell me about the car they were driving.
It was an old Ford. I didn't catch the license number.
Смотрит прямо, вроде бы не врет.
You look like the kind of guy who notices details.
Right there. The car was old, but it looked brand new. Candy apple red paint job stands out a mile.
What exactly did you see them take?
They was working on the tires. That's all that was took.
Нет. Судя по его ебалету, что-то не договаривает.
Right. So what did you take, Jacobs? Do you want my partner to pat you down?
I found a notebook in the glove compartment. I was going to show you. It's on the chair on my porch.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Jacobs. You can speak to Officer Thibault about signing a formal statement.
When you get the car out of the way, maybe you could come back and do something about those kids.
Well, how about we bring you an umpire's mask?
И съебался. Ну что ж, посмотрим, что он там разглядывал. Хуан Франциско Вальдес. Угу.
Okay, so we have the owner of the vehicle, a degenerate. I'll run John Madsen by R&I.
Короче, описание молодых людей и их особенностей, видимо. Уильям Дьюи.
Contact details on a William Dewey. This looks like business rather than pleasure.
Угу. Понятно. Надо пробить людей по базе данных. Заметьте, что они все ходят в костюмах. Это считается как классический строгий костюм, но по тем временам это именно вот так ходили, как повседневные костюмы.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you put me through to Michigan 2458, please?
Connecting you now.
LAPD, ma'am. Can I speak to John Madsen, please?
He's at school, officer. What's this about? Is he in trouble?
How old is your boy, ma'am?
Just turned 16.
Wrong person, Mrs. Madsen. Sorry to disturb you.
Messages for me, please.
There's just one message for you, Detective. A four-door Packard, diplomatic license number Paul Robert 706, was reported missing this morning by Juan Francisco Valdez.
Could you have him brought in?
He's already here at Central, Detective. He's demanding an audience, as he calls it.
Thanks. Can you get a message to Captain Leary? Tell him we'll be in as soon as we can. Thank you.
Ну, можно поехать сразу.
Can you cordon off this lot until we have the vehicle impounded?
Yes, sir, Detective.
We'll follow up on the owner. Get a statement from Jacobs, and I'll read your report back at the station.
We can visit the Packard dealership or head back to Central and interview this Valdez character. Your call.
Можно поехать допросить Валдеса. Можно поехать в автосалон. Ну, я не помню. Прохождение уже смутно помню, поэтому что-нибудь выберем одно.
I heard this is a triple homicide. Is that true?
Давайте-ка сначала тогда навестим этого Валдеса.
This has got to be the 50th abandoned vehicle call we have caught this year. One more, and I'm going to go crazy.
Not your favorite cases?
You kidding me? This is barely even police work. Of all the bad guys in this city, we get lumped with the ones who can't even be bothered to keep what they steal.
Ну, полицейское отделение ближе, поэтому сюда едем.
Do we have a Juan Francisco Valdez in for questioning?
Sure do, Phelps. Your bird's an interview, too. And get this, he's wearing gloves and doing his best not to touch anything. Can you beat that?
Sounds like we don't want to keep this guy waiting. It's this way.
Понятно.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Где у нас допросный номер 2?
About time. Are you the senior officer I requested?
I'm Detective Phelps, and this is Detective Bukowski.
Have you any idea how long I've been waiting to speak with you? I am needed back at the consulate, and you keep me here like a common criminal.
All right, friend. Let's take a deep breath and start all over again.
Mr. Valdez.
Consul General. I insist on my full title.
Ну, давайте его спросим.
Where did you purchase the car?
My secretary and driver arranged the purchase. A disreputable place, Dewey Brothers by name. As soon as I can have it arranged, I will have my Hispano Suiza brought up from Buenos Aires.
Прямо не смотрит. Значит, что-то скрывает.
Bought a Packard, Valdez? A snob like you doesn't drive an American car. I want answers or I'll smack you around the teeth.
William Dewey offered me a substantial bribe to make a purchase at his establishment. It is not unusual to make this kind of transaction in the civil service.
Don't tell that to the Argentine taxpayers.
Consul General, we have located your car. Can you tell us how it was stolen?
It must have been stolen from the consular garage. Terribly inconvenient, of course. I want the perpetrator soundly flogged.
Unfortunately, we don't do that here, Your Worship.
Так, смотрит прямо. Вроде бы как. Блин, нет. Что-то не так, значит. Давайте-ка заново тогда. Эта музыка говорит о том, что я ответил, выбрал неправильный ответ. К сожалению, загрузиться, перезагрузиться здесь можно только таким образом.
Check in with the watch commander, Phelps, at the front desk.
Do we have a Juan Francisco Valdez in for questioning?
Sure do, Phelps. Your bird's an interview, too. And get this, he's wearing gloves and doing his best not to touch anything. Can you beat that?
Sounds like we don't want to keep this guy waiting. It's this way.
What the hell is the LAPD up to these days? I'm praying that those prints come through so I can nail that son of a bitch.
I didn't want to
About
arrest the
time.
kid.
Are you the
So I gave
senior
him a
officer I
destiny he
requested?
wouldn't forget. I'm Detective Phelps, and this is Detective Bukowski.
Have you any idea how long I've been waiting to speak with you? I am needed back at the consulate, and you keep me here like a common criminal.
All right, friend, let's take a deep breath and start all over again.
Mr. Valdez.
Consul General. I insist on my full title.
Where did you purchase the car?
My secretary and driver arranged the purchase. A disreputable place, Dewey Brothers by name. As soon as I can have it arranged, I will have my Hispano Suiza brought up from Buenos Aires.
Сомнения выбираем.
Bought a Packard, Valdez? A snob like you doesn't drive an American car. I want answers or I'll smack you around the teeth.
William Dewey offered me a substantial bribe to make a purchase at his establishment. It is not unusual to make this kind of transaction in the civil service.
Don't tell that to the Argentine taxpayers. Consul General, we have located your car. Can you tell us how it was stolen?
It must have been stolen from the consular garage. Terribly inconvenient, of course. I want the perpetrator soundly flogged.
Unfortunately, we don't do that here, Your Worship.
Сомневаемся.
You have a pretty good idea who stole the car, don't you, Consul General? Are you going to tell me, or do I shake it out of you?
There's no call for violence. I suspect a disgruntled boy from the car dealership.
You have a name for this kid?
Gabriel, like the archangel. I have no surname.
So tell us about this kid, Gabriel. You had a run-in with him?
Mecánico. A presumptuous young man who did not know his place. He presumed to ask me questions.
We do a lot of presuming here in the United States, Consul General. It comes with the turf.
Либо сомнение, либо ложь, потому что глаза отводит. Сука!
You fuck young boys, Valdez.
Are you a madman? This will cause an international incident.
Но имя Габриэль было в записной книжке.
Danny, Ben, Miguel, Tristan, and Teddy. Full lips. Ring any bells?
I'm sure we can come to some arrangement.
Gabriel, spill it.
A beautiful but impertinent boy. I mentioned rendezvous and the young man went quite insane. I thought he was going to kill me. I was prepared to pay.
Понятно.
We'll be in touch, Consul General.
Пойдемте.
I didn't want to arrest
Задолбал
him.
мне этот
So I
человек.
gave him a dusting he wouldn't forget.
К тому же нетрадиционной ориентации.
Finished with Valdez.
Thank God. I'll get rid of him in a couple of hours.
Поехали к Дьюи. К этим. Бразер Дьюи. Или как там их. Так, где тачка? Это что ли наша тачка? Нет, вот наша тачка. Помню, в GTA трамваи были просто адские. Не поехать, не приехать. Они были воплощением исчадия ада. Если ты оказал...
Valdez moves in some peculiar circles for an international bon vivant.
Ah, English, please. See, this is why nobody invites you out for drinks.
It's just very industrious of him to be so involved in matters of consular transportation.
All right, you're making it worse now. I think what you're trying to say is that lover boy in there is as full of crap as a Christmas goose.
That as well.
Any unit able to handle citizen reports at 211 in progress.
Ну, давайте съездим, заработаем жетончик. Жетончиков нам не хватало.
Any unit able to handle citizen reports at 211 in progress. 43070 State Street. Unit to handle code 3.
На месте, где?
11K responding, go ahead.
11K citizen reports at 211 in progress at 437 8th Street at the Bristol Hotel. Suspects are linked with previous 211s. 11 King, code 3.
Да я на месте уже, где?
Hey, drop that money one more time and you're a goner.
Sorry, mister. It's just my hands are shaking.
Shut up! Get the money in the bag.
Yes, sir.
Hurry the hell up, will you? Come on. It's goddamn cops!
Careful! He's got a gun!
На месте того Да, бежать-то. На месте того мужика я бы уже это... Лег бы на асфальт. А где наша тачка? А, вот она. Или это не наша тачка? Ну, теперь наша. Насрать. Еще его догонять. А стрелять нельзя, да? Бековский, давай, выстрели хотя бы раз в году. Блин. Беконский. Ай, да что ж такое? Я думал, обычная перестрелка будет. Ёбаный. По голове.
Stop here. They're making a break for it on foot.
Да вылезай уже. Бековский, ты где? Все, застрелили? Или еще один? А, там еще один. Все. Я надеюсь, мы окружающую среду не очень сильно помяли.
Car 11K to KGPL. Bristol Hotel 211 is code 4.
Units be advised, code 4 at the Bristol Hotel on 8th Street. Code 4.
Уличное... Это называется уличное преступление. Так называемое. Бляха, вы меня зажали. Да дайте выехать, уроды. Таким вот образом, кстати, мы баллы интуиции накинули. Теперь у нас 4 балла. София поднимает актив как может. Да езжай, сука! Стал, блин, как стол. Но вообще местные искусственный интеллект, он будет тебя пропускать в первую очередь. То есть все тачки будут тормозить, чтобы ты поскорее проехал. И стараться все эти тачки будут стараться не отсвечивать, грубо говоря. Вот. Автосталон братья Дьюи.
Don't tell me, let me guess. You were making your way past the lot, caught sight of the new model 4-door, and couldn't help yourself. You could see yourself in that car and just had to take a closer look. Well, I can't say as I blame you.
LAPD, Mac. We'd like to speak with the owner.
That's me, William Dewey, proprietor, at your service.
We're investigating the theft of a Packard belonging to the Argentine embassy. Are you missing a combination wrench?
I don't know, Detective, but I know how we can find out. Follow me.
Пошлите за владельцем автосалона.
We keep all our tools in here.
Mind if we look around?
Be my guest. You sure you guys aren't interested in a new car? Huh? Maybe a used car. I have some nice used cars for guys in your wage bracket.
Why don't you give us some alone time, Dewey? Go sell some cars or whatever it is that you do here.
Так, решаем простенькую головоломку.
That's not right.
Привет, Ниган.
One left.
Ключ на 3/4.
Gabriel Delgado is missing a 3/4.
Что-то еще.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Номерной знак. Мужик какой-то. А, кстати, номерные знаки вот еще.
No good. We need diplomatic plates.
Так, вроде все. Мужик валяется, пусть валяется. Вернемся. Чё ты метнулся? Непонятно.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. Packards are great cars, but they don't look like the kind of cars sponsored by foreign embassies. How do you know Valdez?
I don't know Valdez. The embassy bought the car. All I know is he must know a quality car when he sees one.
Пиздит, как дышит.
And I know a shyster when I see one. You and Valdez are in this together.
Me and Valdez? I hardly know him. Valdez wouldn't wipe his shoes with me.
We've talked to Valdez. He was very obliging. He told us all about the arrangement the two of you had, and now quit wasting our time.
Okay. So I met Valdez in a bar. We cut a deal, and he bought the car through the embassy. I cut him some change on the side. It happens all the time.
Where can we find Delgado?
I don't know. He sure as hell isn't here.
Так, ну, либо сомнение, либо ложь. Черт, давайте интуицию проверим. Сука! Либо сомнение, либо ложь. Но адреса у меня нету.
Address, Dewey, or my partner shoves her head in a car door.
Okay, all right. Apartment 3, 103 Hill Street. And tell him from me, if he ever shows his face around here again, I'm gonna kick his butt from here to Kingdom Come.
A wrench from this dealership was used to strip the wheels from a Packard last night, Mr. Dewey. A couple of Hispanics were seen taking parts.
We've had a spate of thefts ourselves. Comes with the location. Thieving bastards will steal anything the minute your back is turned.
Ну тут непонятно. Вроде смотрит прямо. Да блин, опять я неправильно ответил. Что ж такое? Хер его поймешь. Вот. По этим еблещам сложно судить. Когда он говорит правду, когда врет. Бляха-муха, опять ключи раскладывать.
You sure you guys aren't interested in a new car? Huh? Maybe a used car. I have some nice used cars for guys in your wage bracket.
Why don't you give us some alone time, Dewey? Go sell some cars or whatever it is that you do here.
One left.
Пол Кодаровский. Габриэль Дельгадо.
Gabriel Delgado is missing a 3/4.
Посмотрим на эту херню.
No good. We need diplomatic plates.
И вроде все. Теперь можно попиздеть с этим. Ой. Чего не подходит к машине, непонятно.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. Packards are great cars, but this doesn't look like the kind of place favored by foreign embassies. How do you know Valdez?
I don't know Valdez. The embassy bought the car. All I know is he must know a quality car when he sees one.
And I know a shyster when I see one. You and Valdez are in this together.
Me and Valdez? I hardly know him. Valdez wouldn't wipe his shoes with me.
We've talked to Valdez. He was very obliging. He told us all about the arrangement the two of you had, and now quit wasting our time.
Okay. So I met Valdez in a bar. We cut a deal, and he bought the car through the embassy. I cut him some change on the side. It happens all the time.
Where can we find Delgado?
I don't know. He sure as hell isn't here.
Address, Dewey, or my partner shoves her head in a car door.
Okay, all right. Apartment 3, 103 Hill Street. And tell him from me, if he ever shows his face around here again, I'm gonna kick his butt from here to Kingdom Come.
A wrench from this dealership was used to strip the wheels from a Packard last night, Mr. Dewey. A couple of Hispanics were seen taking parts.
We've had a spate of thefts ourselves. Comes with the location. Thieving bastards to steal anything the minute your back is turned.
What are you hiding, Dewey? Spill it. You don't want the LAPD getting too interested in this place.
So I hire a few illegals. It's cheaper than hiring returning GIs. They have less attitude. Downside is, they're a little light-fingered.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Dewey.
No problem. God damn that kid. I'm just an honest car salesman. Seems like you just don't know who you can trust these days.
Going to movies, Dewey. You're missing your calling. Time to visit Gabriel Delgado. See how good his excuse is.
Ну что ж, адрес Дельгадо у нас есть. Погнали. Габриэль, блин.
Broadcasting at 760 kilohertz.
You read this story in the Examiner about the Navy developing three-dimensional movies?
What's a dimension?
You know, like a graph. Vertical axis is Y and horizontal is X.
Well, that's clear as mud.
Third dimension would be Z. So things would be popping out of the screen.
That's ridiculous. Scare people out of the theater. God's name would want that.
I don't know. People scoffed at the idea of talkies in color. Look what we have now.
Кстати говоря, они говорят по поводу так называемых стереофильмов. Сейчас они у нас называются 3D фильмы, но раньше стереофильмы еще с 60-х известны. Их в Советском Союзе тоже крутили. Называли их не 3D фильмы, а стереофильмы. Это я помню. Новый бум стереофильмов, как их стали называть, 3D фильмы, помню, это еще с Аватара началось, когда начали крутить Аватара. Не-не-не, не поеду я туда. Я поеду на место, где живет этот Дельгадо. Габриэль. Мексиканец, блин. Да ты идешь или, блин? Видимо, или блин. Нам сюда вообще? Куда нам? Куда? Нет? Дом Нальгана.
Okay, let's see what Gabriel has to say for himself.
I just hope our archangel hasn't already flown.
Hey, that's that cop.
Кстати,
Seems like a decent guy.
мексикашки. Чё
What the
хотите?
hell is this guy doing?
Мексиканцы, блин. Расфуфырились. Так, ну... Хз. А какую квартиру он там говорил-то? Я уже забыл. Черт. Номер квартиры какой там? Третья квартира. Третья квартира. Привет, привет, хирург.
Yeah.
LAPD, ma'am. We're looking for Gabriel Delgado.
Gabriel?
We're from the police. Policia, you understand?
Yes, I understand. Could you come inside?
What is your name?
Ana Rodriguez.
Is Gabriel Delgado here, Ms. Rodriguez?
No. What do you want with Gabriel? Is he in trouble?
Stay where you are, Ms. Rodriguez. We need to take a look around.
But he is not here. I have told you.
Check out the surrounds. I'll stay with the broad. So how far along are you, Anna?
Nearly 20 weeks.
А вот, кстати, сувенирчик.
So how's it gonna be when you go into labor and he's not around?
Аргентинский флаг, не мексиканский.
You are wrong about Gabriel. He will be a good father. Already he works hard to provide for us.
Unless you help us here, Anna, your little one won't be seeing Papa for a very long time.
Difficult to tell whether it's the suspect vehicle from the scene. Certainly Gabriel's pride and joy.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. This doesn't pertain to the case. Nope.
Здесь ничего нету? Нету, походу. Двое жрали.
Serving breakfast for two, Anna? You should have cleared
Надо
up.
убирать, да. Надо было убирать. Собственный задний дворик есть. Колесики с Паккарда снятые.
It looks like Valdez gets his wheel back.
Вот, кстати, дипломатические номера, кстати.
Diplomatic license plates.
Почему номера? Спрашивается. Чайник забыла выключить. Cornflakes. Да, маленькая кухонька.
You're in serious trouble, Miss Rodriguez.
But Gabriel is not here. I have done nothing wrong.
Why did he steal the car, Anna?
The customer insulted him. He has his honor, no?
Что нам говорит интуиция? Ну, допустим, истина.
His honor, Anna?
He said Dewey's friend took a woman out of him. He no longer respects this man, Dewey. He took the car to show this maricón that he is a man.
Tell us the truth, Anna. Has Gabriel been here?
I haven't seen him for at least 3 nights.
Пиздёж.
You keep lying to me, and I'll send you and your baby to jail.
He lives here, but he hasn't come home. I swear it.
Угу. Тарелки чьи?
Enough, Anna. There are signs all over this place that he's been back.
He was here last night. I have never seen him so angry. He went out to his shed and put some things in it. I don't know what, and I don't want to know. I love him.
We found a license plate matching our stolen vehicle in the shed. Add in the assortment of parts, and we can make Gabriel for a dozen other thefts. It's time to get serious, Anna.
You must ask these questions of Gabriel. I know nothing of these car parts.
Блин, надо снова интуицию. Не совсем понятно. Но тут сомнения.
Then tell us where he is. If your baby is born in prison, Anna, the corrections officers will take it from you. You will see your son or daughter through a metal grate for half an hour a week.
The start line is on 1st and Santa Fe. There is a spillway under the bridge that leads to the river. Many policia have wrecked trying to follow him.
We will put in a good word for you, Anna. As far as we're concerned, this sits with Gabriel.
Start line? That sounds like a street race to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten out of hand this last year. No wonder Delgado has such an eye for fine automobiles.
We know where the kid is. Let's go stop these clowns and get them off the streets.
Мексико
Hey, that's that cop.
по-прежнему здесь. Чё вы против меня имеете, слышь? Я вам чё, не понравился? Погнали.
What kind of man leaves his pregnant girlfriend at home while he goes off to play cars?
Pregnant girlfriends aren't always a barrel of laughs. Everyone needs to let off a little steam. Some guys wouldn't come back home at all.
Are you talking from experience?
Quick as we shut one of these races down, another one springs up somewhere else. Kids used to steal cars to sell them. Now they just want to wrap them around a lamppost. The next 16-year-old I have to peel off the sidewalk, you're calling the mother. I've had enough of those to last me a lifetime.
Габриэль молодой пиздюк. Если уж кратко говорить. Так, ну сейчас мы на это отвлекаться не будем. Нам нужно доехать до мест незаконных гонок. дают развернуться.
All units in the vicinity. Citizen reports at 415 at the corner of Banning and Santa Fe. Suspect vehicles engaged in illegal street racing. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Я не помню, как спецсигнал включить.
There's the red Ford. That's Delgado right there.
Красный Форд Делгадо. Вот.
Quick! They're getting away! Phelps, 1247. Requesting
Ну,
assistance
насчет этого
at
пацана,
First and Santa
который на
Fe.
Форде,
Reports of an illegal street race.
и главное не спешить.
Stay on Delgado.
Потому что эти пидорасы еще попытаются меня сбить.
Getting away. Gonna lose him.
Delgado is our boy. Forget the others.
Сейчас он резко повернет. Это я помню. Да, блять. Я не вписал там поворот. В этой игре машины такие же развалюхи, как в Мафии. Ехать на них одно пиздец какое удовольствие. В кавычках.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
Step on it, Phelps. Take him out. God damn it, Cole. Hold it steady.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Поехал туда. Ну а вы попробуйте на этой развалюхе хотя бы что-то сделать вменяемое. Да блять, да выйди ты, сука! Развалюха пидорастичная.
Gabriel Delgado, you're under arrest for Grand Theft Auto.
Fuck you, puto! You should speak to the maricon. Valdez, I shot him. Now who's the man? I should have burned his fucking car.
Ой, молодой пидор.
You got a foreign dignitary outed as a fruit and a kitty raper, a car dealer we're gonna let slide for the kickbacks, and a street punk car thief who sure as hell won't be taking liberties with other people's autos again anytime soon. That, Detective Phelps, is not a bad haul. You keep your chin low and your hands high, and you keep bringing me clearances just like that one. That's textbook policing, and we need more of it in this department.
Но сейчас покажут статистику по разрушениям. Городу 10 баксов, автомобилям 43 бакса. Урон. Понятно.
You have any plans for weekend Liberty, Jack?
My sisters have been working in Los Angeles in a bomber factory. They're coming down to visit. I'm meeting them at the station at 6.
Good for you, Jack. Are they cute?
They're my sisters, Hank.
Attention! Final inspection before Liberty.
Good job, Kelso.
Этот ходит за ним по пятам.
Are we going somewhere, gentlemen? Full inspection. It had better be exceptional if any of you want liberty this weekend.
Фелпс ходит по пятам с ним. Видимо, как...
Kelso, this carbine. The bore is dirty. No, it isn't.
Are you arguing with me, Kelso?
Do what you need to do, Sergeant. You know the bore is immaculate.
Weekend Liberty canceled. 2-day field drill. Clean this rifle.
No.
Do you know the penalty for insubordination, Kelso?
Jack, don't do it.
Forget him, Hank. He doesn't have what it takes.
Are you two finished? Are you going to clean this rifle?
No, Sergeant. Cole is right. I'm going to stop playing games and join a rifle company and fight the real enemy.
Обвинченные на небесах. Рейс кафе. Понятно, сбил мужика и уехал.
All right, gentlemen, I just got this handed to me. A hit-and-run felony at Ray's Cafe, 208 North Los Angeles. Got a patrolman on site. The coroner's on his way. Get down there, see if you can find any witnesses who can put a make on the car.
Ну, фамилию он не называл, но явно это опять нам идти топать.
Oh, Susie, you are so bad. I'm trying to imagine you with a personality. It's him, the cop from the newspapers.
They weren't even his prints, and he still confessed. I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me.
Где
Put it
наш
down my
тычок?
sap.
А, вон она.
Looks like the DA is going to press charges. Anna Rodriguez might do time.
I'll speak to the DA. She suffered enough.
I don't know, Cole. She's an easy make, and the DA likes convictions.
I'll convince him to let it go.
How do you do that?
I'll give him something better.
Посмотрим, что там кого сбили. Запомните, господа, этого бармена.
Over here.
Cole Phelps, traffic. What have we got?
Thick as a white male, name of Lester Patterson. Walked out of the bar and into the street. Car hit over there, and he ended up here. Dead on impact by the look of it.
Have you canvassed the area?
The only one with anything useful to contribute is the young lady over there. She lives above the bar. Shannon Perry. No, it's not a stage name. 24 years old, she left Kansas to follow the yellow brick road.
Is that so?
We'll take a formal statement later. Right now, we're going to take a look around.
По дороге из желтого кирпича это означает, что она приехала покорять Голливуд. Так, ну шляпа как шляпа.
Phelps? Landed on his face and ended up here. The car must have struck him from behind.
Да, София, ты практически права. Fire Life, Калифорния. Лестер Паттисон. $16 000.
Addison has life insurance.
Застраховал свою жизнь по новой программе страховки $16 000. Ну, для того времени, там 40-е, $16 000 это очень много. Лестер Паттисон.
We can notify next of kin.
Так, ну это мы уже смотрели. На руках ничего интересного.
What have you got on the victim?
The mall reports he was intoxicated at the time of the accident. I'll know how intoxicated once I've done the autopsy. Looking him over now, I'd say he died on impact.
What about the chest wound? Isn't that inconsistent?
Very common in auto injuries. Look for a car with a prominent hood ornament. Those things are killers.
Понятно. Посмотрим на след удара.
Body traveled a good 20 feet.
Да.
This blood is a long way from the body. Car must have been going like a bat out of hell.
Затормозил.
So the driver managed to brake before the impact.
Че еще я? Че еще? Здесь что-то или что? Ножик. Причем в крови.
A knife covered in blood. Could be a steak knife. This is a hit and run case, Phelps. Anyone could have thrown away a kitchen knife.
In any case, we'll want tech services to scrub the alleyway before they bag the knife.
Что-то еще не досмотрели. Ну я даже не знаю, что еще и мы не увидели. Я думал, бумажку Но бумажка, видимо, не то.
Not much help.
Обычный мусор. Может, улику С просто? Надо отсюда посмотреть на нее. Нет, не получится. Чё с шляпой-то непонятно? Шляпа как шляпа. Блин, чё же от меня еще хочет игра?
She's all yours, detective.
Подожди. От меня еще что-то игра хочет. Интуицию для поиска улик. Ой. Не хотел тратить очки интуиции на это. Давайте. Покажем все улики еще. Чё, еще там что-то осталось? А, к бармену подойти. А, эту. Газетеночку. Психолог обещает настоящий прорыв в психиатрии.
Courtney, come in. Have a seat.
Thanks, Doctor.
How are you finding working at the clinic?
It's, fine.
Are you sure?
Can I be honest with you, Doctor?
I would hope so, Courtney.
I was hoping that the therapy would be more beneficial.
Treatment can, unfortunately, be very long-term.
So many of the patients here are addicts, Doctor.
Many of them have been for years, Courtney. In the past, these people were condemned to sanatoriums. If we can reveal the root of the problem, then we have a chance to help them.
And until then, they stay sedated?
Do I detect a hint of reproach, Courtney?
I was expecting more, Doctor. I'm sorry. I don't mean to criticize.
Part of being a physician, Courtney, is learning to be patient.
How is it possible to keep so many of them on their medications, Doctor? Many of their addictions are illegal.
Oh, many things in life are gray, Courtney. What may on the surface appear to be illegal is actually of benefit to society at large.
Короче, психиатр, видимо, накачивает дружка Кортни незаконными препаратами.
I'm Detective Phelps of the LAPD.
How can I help, Detective?
Your name would be a good start.
Dudley Lynch. Hired help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Dudley Lynch.
Where is the owner?
He stepped out. Somebody had to take Lorna, Mrs. Patterson, home.
What can you tell me about the accident?
Not a lot. It was busy in here, and all I heard was the impact.
Блин.
So what was he doing outside? It's against licensing regulations to drink on the sidewalk.
Lester and Lorna were having a fight. The owner made him take it outside. It was pretty ugly.
Do you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson. He's a regular here, or he was.
Not one of your favorite customers?
Lester was special, but not my kind of special.
Was Lester drinking alone?
No. He came here with his wife. She didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
Так, расспросили его. Сейчас пойдем порасспрашиваем барышню. Здорово.
Miss Perry?
Yes?
I'm Detective Phelps. This is my partner, Detective Bukowski. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I came to the window because I heard people arguing downstairs.
Ну и... Да, и чё?
Then what happened?
I saw a car hit that poor man and knock him down the street.
What kind of car was it?
A dark red Lincoln Continental.
Ну, вроде не врет.
Did you see the license plate?
Only the first 3 letters, I'm afraid. 3C8.
Tell me more about the argument you heard.
Well, there were 2 voices. A man and a woman. That's all.
Что-то не договаривает.
Why are you holding out on us, Miss Perry?
I'm sorry. I was hoping to tell my story to the newspapers. I'd like to get my picture in the paper. Trying to find work as an actress, and
Oh, блин.
things are pretty difficult.
Cough it up, sister. We don't have all night.
People arguing? They were husband and wife. I could tell by what she was yelling. Intimate things. Very embarrassing for the man.
Thank you, Miss Perry. Your information has been very helpful. You can go now.
You really think so? I hope you find that driver and put him away.
Да ей насрать.
You certainly got away with the dames, Phelps.
Give it a rest, Bukowski.
Let's see what the patrons have to say.
Этой даме насрать, в принципе.
A witness overheard an argument.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty laundry in public, is there?
Why was Lorna Patterson in such a hurry to leave? What is going on here?
Lorna was pretty upset, so Leroy took her home. Lorna and Leroy are close. They've been talking about opening a new bar.
Leroy?
Leroy Sabo, the owner.
How long have Lorna and Leroy been talking about this new bar?
Who knows? I just served the drinks.
Ну ты так говоришь, и будто что-то знаешь.
Bartenders hear all sorts of things. Are you going to tell me, or do we have to start playing rough?
When Lester was drinking, he treated Lorna like dirt. He gambled away all their money. Lorna pitched Leroy about the bar. I don't know how interested he is.
Is Leroy doing well?
Hell no. The only thing keeping this place afloat are the poker.
Thanks for your help, Lynch. I'm going to need you to sign a statement with the patrolman.
Sure, no problem.
You get anything out of the regulars?
They weren't giving too much away. They liked watching Lester and Lorna go a few rounds every other day. And Lester was a fan of the love tap.
Короче, не все сладко, видимо, у этой парочки было.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need to run a partial license plate, 3 Charles 8. Cross-check possible Lincoln owners. Suspect vehicle is a red Lincoln Continental.
Just a moment, Detective. Only one possible make on that license. Registered to a William Shelton, 738 West Temple Street.
Thanks.
Ну что ж.
Looks like we caught a break on this one.
Угу. Что у нас есть? У нас есть погибший Паттисон Лестер. Шеннон Перри, свидетельница. Угу. Дадли Линч, этот бармен. Запомните этого Дадли Линча, ребят. Лорна Паттисон, жена погибшего. Лерой Сабо, это друг Лестера и Лорны Паттисона. Он также хозяин этого бара. Уильям Шентон, это владелец Линкольна, который наехал на мужика. Перед этим они сильно поссорились, муж с женой. Но надо сначала поискать мужика, который избил все это дело.
We'll check in with you.
Okay. I'll get him onto a slab. Should have the report soon.
Thanks.
Надо поискать мужика, который сбил этого Лестера Паттисона. Мент хорошо рисует. Ну да, хирург согласен. Поехали в дом Шелтона. Сначала туда.
It's a lucky break getting a partial ID. These cases are usually dead in the water after 24 hours if no one comes forward.
Why don't they just stop?
You heard about fight or flight during the war?
Sure. Never back your enemy into a corner. That kind of stuff.
Right. Well, in a hit and run, the perp is already in flight. It's easier to keep going. It takes a degree of moral courage to stop and accept responsibility.
You're not as dumb as you make yourself out to be, are you, Stefan?
I didn't know I was making myself out to be dumb.
Если чё, в поляки в США это как у нас чукчи. То есть они примерно в США такое впечатление производили, когда массово мигрировали. Давай езжай, что ты встал. А Стефан Бековский это поляк, собственно говоря, который, видимо, либо он сам, либо его родители мигрировали в Америку, потому что у него акцента особо нету польского. Значит, живет либо очень давно, либо родился здесь. Да, согласен, Лорна редкое имя у девушки. $7:43. Дом Шелтон. Они что, всю ночь сидели? Укорекали? А чё бы не сразу заявиться в дом к этому Шелтону? Съебать я решил. О, какая тачка.
William Shelton?
Yes?
It doesn't look good, Shelton. You packing your bags and making a run for it? You know why we're here.
Yes.
Да подойдите ближе, он без оружия.
We've got witnesses who can put this car at the scene, not to mention the physical damage. This is open and shut, Shelton.
Ага. Да вы бы успели бы его остановить. Ну что ж вы... Подойдите ближе, повяжите его до этого. Дали ему время, чтобы он успел сесть и начал угонять машину.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Короче, сбивать пешеходов нам нельзя, иначе за это штраф будет. Ой, мужик, извини. Я случайно. Да не упущу, я пытаюсь его как-то... Как-то подбить пытаюсь. Все? Мы сбили... 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 Что?
I admit it. I just... But it wasn't my fault. What do you mean? The guy jumped right out in front of me. He came out of nowhere. There's nothing I could do about it.
Why didn't you stop?
I've had accidents before.
That's it. We're done here. The DA is gonna love you.
They weren't all my fault. I'm a surveyor. I need my license for my job. There were people around. A woman and a man were standing right next to him. I thought they could get him to a hospital. I'm telling you, it's not my fault.
The guy is dead, Shelton.
You can't be serious.
William Shelton, you're coming downtown. We need to talk about a manslaughter charge.
Leave the coroner and the paperwork. Procedure can wait. We should probably go speak to the wife and let her know what's happening.
Okay. You become all hard at the prospect of paperwork, don't you?
Поехали в дом Патиссонов. В этот раз поведет Бековский.
Do you believe him? I believe he didn't mow down the victim on purpose. The rest of it stinks. His boo-hoo story about being a surveyor and not wanting to lose his license.
Well, we'll see how he enjoys surveying the same tiny room for the next 10 years of his life. You make a mistake, you face the consequences. You don't run off and hide like some little girl hoping it'll all go away.
People make bad decisions in the heat of the moment.
Well, I'd like to see him try that one on the judge. If he had time to clock who was at the scene, he had time to make a choice.
Короче, Стефан очень категоричен. Спасибо, ребят, за обнимашки. Я понимаю, у меня очень ужасный кашель, но с этим я ничего не могу поделать. Пешеходы, да, гуляют по трассе, как у себя дома. Дом Патиссонов. Ой, ну что, пойдемте сообщать неприятную новость.
Yes? Hello?
Mrs. Patterson.
Is this about my husband?
We're investigating the incident, ma'am.
I see. Come in, won't you?
Что-то какая-то она спокойная.
Can you tell me what happened?
What's to tell? He got hit by a car and now he's dead.
Нифига себе.
You don't appear to be too upset about the fact.
Lester and I met on a furlough in '44. We got married that weekend. People don't understand it now, but that happened a lot back then.
I see. So you probably did well to stick it out this long.
What's that supposed to mean, mister? I think it's about time you left. I have someone here, and
I beg your pardon? You're gonna have to run that one by us again, sister.
It's okay, Lorna. I'm Leroy Sabo.
Сожитель. Leroy Sabo.
Well. Nice to see you're comforting the grieving widow, Mr. Sabo.
All right, wise guy. Do you have any intelligent questions you would like me to answer?
You can confirm Mrs. Patterson's story.
Lester lost at cards. He was kind of hard to control when he lost his temper. He turned without looking and walked right out in front of the car. It wasn't good.
What's your relationship with Mrs. Patterson, Mr. Sabo?
We're friends. Good friends.
You expect me to believe that?
Look, I was filing for divorce. Mental cruelty. Lester could be a mean son of a bitch.
And Lester knew about that?
No, I hadn't told him.
Well, hasn't this worked out well for the two of you? I feel almost bad for busting in on this little rendezvous.
Mm-hmm.
How did the car come to hit Lester?
He walked straight into the path of an oncoming car.
Ну, возможно. Но мне кажется, что пиздит. У меня сомнения.
You expect me to believe that, Lorna? It's all very convenient.
Gambling for Lester was like the needle for a hophead. He was yelling at me. He was yelling at the whole world. I kind of felt sorry for the driver. Poor guy had no chance.
You
Ну
were
что,
arguing in the
поссорились?
bar and on the sidewalk?
We were always arguing. So what?
Admit it, you were baiting him, pushing his buttons. We can easily get the full story from the regulars in the bar.
All right. Lester was playing cards out back. He lost, of course, and wanted back in. He suggested I earn the money on my back to get a mistake. That was the proposition he was putting to his so-called buddies. So maybe I was a little angrier than usual. Let's just say I took exception to his idea.
The bartender said that you and Leroy were planning to go into business together. Can you explain how you'll get the money to do that?
I have a little money saved away.
Пиздишь.
You're being economical with the truth, Lorna.
You want to back that up, little man?
Конечно. У меня есть, между прочим, это, как ее, письмо из страховой.
You increased the premium on Lester's life insurance. GI insurance policies have a $10,000 pay.
Leroy's idea. Lester lived on the edge. He was always getting into fights, crack games, pinochle, you name it. Turns out it was good advice.
It speaks to motive and premeditation, Lorna.
You're forgetting the hit-and-run detective.
You and Mr. Sabo have an interesting day.
I'm sure we will, officer. Now, if you could both just leave.
We're leaving, ma'am. Sorry for your loss. I can see what a tough time you're having with all this.
Оба пиздят. Оба стоят и пиздят. Они думают, что виноват этот человек, который его сбил. Ну, типа, они ни в чем не виноваты. Это авария случилась. Ой, боже мой, как не вовремя, как неудачно.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Just one detective from the coroner. Message reads, Phelps, see me at Central Morgue immediately. Results of the Patterson autopsy.
Thanks, ma'am.
Ну что ж, подоспели результаты вскрытия. Поскольку мы нашли окровавленный нож, вероятно, он умер от колотых ран. И, вероятно, кто-то из этих двоих гондонов ему нанес. Хирург спрашивает по поводу лечения. Да, хирург, лечусь. Мне назначили лечение, я им лечусь. К сожалению, лечение не такое быстрое, и мне приходится терпеть боль, которая у меня в легких. Ну, с этим, к сожалению, ничего не поделаешь. Надо, наверное, это... Сколько у меня значков интуиции? Одна штука. Надо подкопить. Как минимум 2 или 3 в запасе иметь. Чего вы там с Ниганом разбираетесь-то? Сейчас, секундочку, ребят. Так, спасибо. Постараюсь выздороветь. Ну, а что мне еще, ребят, приходится делать? Сижу на больничном. Мечтаю, когда все это закончится. Потому что пневмония — это очень гадкая, мерзкая болезнь. Давайте-ка поедем. Надо накопить. Согласен, болеть в целом отстой. Гораздо лучше и здоровее не болеть вообще. Никогда. О, это уже по большей части зависит не только от тебя, но и от везения, от окружающей обстановки. От удачи, от неудачи, как называйте, как хотите.
This is car 11K. We'll handle the 415.
11K, your 415 is at the Alico station at Wilshire and Flower.
Possible mental case.
Что это такое, блин? Мужик с кастрюлей на башке.
You're the one who's been sending cosmic rays into my room. I'll show you. Yes, sir. You're not going to control my thoughts anymore.
Calm down, sir.
Кошмар.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Мне его уебать или что надо с ним делать? Оружия при нем нету. Так, ну, судя по всему, надо догнать. Пистолет мне не вынимается почему-то.
There he is, officer. Don't make me chase you.
На крышу полезешь?
You don't understand. Someone has to stop the Venusians.
Сейчас он будет пихаться. Нет, не буду я тебя стоять ждать, пока ты меня будешь ногами пихать.
Farewell, cruel world.
Ну а что поделать? Не догнали, чё? Уличное преступление раскрыто. Ну как тебе сказать раскрыто? Побегали за дебилом. Ему норма вообще в костюме бег? Да, я не знаю. Вообще, костюмы вот такие, как у них, они не для пробежек, скажем так. Возможно, у них более свободного покроя, благодаря которому они могут более-менее бегать, пробежаться, скажем так. Так, у нас еще 1 балл. Почему 1? А я что, не раскрыл, что ли? Не, тогда давай дальше сам. Езжай.
That's the guy. I heard he's an
You can
honest
drive.
cop. Oxymoron for you.
Как его мог догнать? Он же не... Его невозможно было догнать. Там как бы сильно бы ты не бежал. Как бы быстро бы ты не бежал. Морг. Интересно, эти парни вообще отдыхают?
When is America gonna understand? It's not about getting.
We can put the driver in front of a judge in less than a week.
You'd be making a big mistake.
Run that by me again?
The victim was dead before the car hit him. 2 puncture wounds to the right side of the thorax. Second puncture reached his heart.
На сердце.
You're kidding me. Been doing this job 23 years, son. No one's ever laughed at one of my jokes.
He was stabbed to death?
Long, sharp knife, length of a bayonet.
We found a knife in the alleyway.
Where is it now? Was it bagged?
By Patrolman Kaplan.
Perfect. I'll get you a definite match.
Jesus, we got him. Murder 1. We were right there and they tried to stare us down. Now they'll both get the gas chamber. We have the knife, we have the coroner's report, and I bet we could roll Sabo as a witness.
Так,
Let's
ну
bring
что
her
ж.
in.
Надо снова поехать к этим патисянам.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell.
Я же говорю. Ножиком зарезали. Стояли, врали прямо в глаза.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Куда? В дом патисянам. Блин, я думал мне интуиции прибавить. Ни хера не прибавили. Очков. Интуиции.
We've spoken to the coroner, Mrs. Patterson. He confirmed your husband's cause of death. We'd like you to come downtown and answer some questions.
It wasn't me. It was Leroy's idea. Leroy stabbed him. I had nothing to do with it.
Where is Leroy now?
He's in the bedroom.
You're very good, Lorna.
Put the gun down, Leroy. If you do something stupid now, you don't stand a chance in front of the grand
Nice of
jury.
you to give me up, sweetheart. All that whispering in my ear, telling me how he had to get rid of him, how good it could be, all the money we
Всё,
could
ёбнулся
claim,
он.
all that planning, how to get him into the street, how to make it look like an accident.
For God's sake,
you had
Leroy,
all
shut
the
up.
bases covered, baby.
I had nothing to do
You
with
think
it.
I'm gonna fry for you,
He's a
Lorna?
crazy man. Shoot him. Shoot him, for God's sake.
Нихуя
Too
себе.
late, Sabo.
Да, блин. Не успел. Да ёбаный.
Sabo, stop or I will shoot.
Stop or I will shoot.
Ну хотя бы застрелить. Застрелить не пришлось. Застрелять. Достреливать.
So, I give you a hit and run, you bring me back fraud, conspiracy, and first-degree murder. This is how a good detective operates, Phelps. You take nothing at face value. You keep digging and asking questions until you get to the truth. You got some sharp elbows on you, detective. I like that. Keep up the good work.
Угу. Что у нас по результатам? А мы что, никакого ущерба не нанесли, что ли? Мы же вроде разбили кучу всякой херни, пока гонялись за этим Шелтоном. Еще один визит в кафе Уре, и вы бы узнали, что Лерой готов на все, лишь бы избежать тюрьмы. Можно было еще в кафе съездить. Но мы все равно все улики нашли и все раскрыли, так что... Не обязательно было их. Ну, это означает, что после вскрытия коронера можно было съездить в кафе Урея и снова расспросить бармена. Но это не обязательно. Это все равно дело засчитывается. Сейчас снова будет дело по DLC. Сколько еще стрим будет идти, не знаю. Скоро заканчивать будем. Slip of a tongue. Прокол на языке.
Phelps, Bukowski. Beat cop says he located a green Kaiser Fraser from the hot sheet. Address is 6 West 2nd Street. Get over there, see what you can find out. Go on. Sorry to inconvenience you.
We're on it, Captain.
Дело об угоне автомобиля. Ну что ж, поехали.
I swear the more bent cars we bring in, the longer the hot sheet gets.
It pays the rent, though. Keeps Mrs. Phelps in the manner to which she's accustomed.
I'm not sure she'd agree with you.
Passionate, romantic type like you, Cole? I don't believe a word of it.
I need a drink. I got the goddamn kid again.
Whoa! Easy!
Мужик сидел. Воу! Изи! Эй, спокойно. Сейчас поедем своими руками. Интересно послушать, что там скажут в этом деле об угоне.
They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
What a case. You hear whether they're making any progress?
Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up. Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Это интересно, они про что говорят?
Terrible enough being murdered like that without having your death strewn all over the front pages.
Это по предыдущее дело интересно или нет? Просто там женщину по-другому, по-моему, звали. Чё, где?
That's the car, Cole. Just pulling out of the drive. Get him.
О, господи, опять гоняться.
Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Fraser from 6 West 2nd Street.
Угнанная тачка. Понятно.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
Мужик, извини, я тебя дверью задел. Зеленый. Это случайно. Блин, как его развернуть?
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Ой, теперь снова столб зашиб. Загорелся. Все, далеко не уедешь.
Maybe I was a couple miles over the speed limit.
Get bracelets on him, Phelps. I'll call it in.
Out of the car now. KGPL. Suspect in custody required.
Why did you run from us?
I saw a big car in my rearview mirror with two tough guys bearing down on me. What would you do?
What's your name?
Cliff Harrison.
You're under arrest.
For what? What are you talking about?
Nice try. I'm talking about the car being stolen.
You're out of your mind. I bought the car, and I've got the paperwork to prove it.
Бумажка покупная. Автосалон Кумпса. Чек 11 января 47 года. А какой у них год? 47-й же, да? Кайзер Фрейзер. Манхэттен. 2400. Видеоприемник, зажигалка. Всего 2450. 47-й год. Ну, получается, у них 47-й уже.
Looks like we'll have some questions for the people at Coombs Automotive.
Ладно, допустим.
You purchased this car from Coombs Automotive Company?
Yeah, that's right.
Ну, допустим.
And the ownership papers?
From the same place.
Клифф Харрисон. Угу. Регистрировано на него.
If this is a forgery, it's top-notch. This will need to be traced.
Интересно, кстати, купил тачку такого же года. Какой у них сейчас год? 47-го. Это, как я сейчас куплю Тойоту 2021 года по цене завода, блин. Тем более это седан.
You have a criminal record, Mr. Harrison?
No, nothing like that.
А чё тогда сбежал? Чё-то не договариваешь?
You better give us something, Cliff, or we're gonna make this hard on you.
I didn't steal the car. I ran because I've got some wacky backy in the glove compartment.
How much, Cliff?
1 reefer.
We'll let it slide. You're in enough trouble. Who did you deal with at Coombs Automotive?
The owner, Richard Coombs.
Ну, допустим.
And he made out the bill of sale personally?
Of course he did. He kept a facsimile for his records. Check with him.
Okay.
We're going to get to the bottom of this, Harrison. Until we do, you're going downtown.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm getting arrested for buying a goddamn car?
If everything is legit, Harrison, you'll be out soon. Until then, if I were you, I'd keep my mouth shut.
Bag his possessions as evidence and have him arraigned for Grand Theft Auto.
Right, detective.
You know who my father is?
We need to get to Coombs Auto and check
Да
out
насрать тут
Harrison's
твой
story.
отец. Ай, блин. Не, ну серьезно. Что-то его сильно скрутили. Он не подозреваемый, у него такого ничего такого нету.
Some of the most convincing people you will ever listen to are born liars. Usually they're called politicians.
Сильно они его скрутили, могли бы просто пригласить в участок, потому что у него документы в порядке, у него на руках они. Ну, да, он виноват в том, что он
I get it.
уходил
You
от
see some kid who's
преследования.
basically you 5 years ago and assume he's got to be innocent.
I'm more than happy to be proved wrong.
Hey, if he'd been black or Hispanic, you'd be singing a different tune. You spout all this communist crap about treating everybody the same, but it only works one way.
I'm not sure that's communism, Stefan.
Oh, God, please. Not another history lesson from the man who single-handedly won the war.
Are you finished?
Yes, I feel much better now. We'll shake down the car dealer and take it from there. Unless his daddy plays golf with yours, of course. In which case, we'll give him a firm gentleman's handshake and be on our way.
See? I knew you weren't finished.
Ну, в общем, они сильно его прессанули. Документы у него на руках. Ну, Да, согласен, он уходил от преследования, от этого, от ментов. Что, конечно, усугубляет его положение, но так, чтобы его сразу паковать и в участок, мог бы просто с ними проехать, если он ни в чем не виноват. Тем более подозрения на него никаких пока что. Ориентировка на угнанную машину есть, да, согласен, но документы-то при нем. Документы. Понятно, вот одно дело от всяких убийц заворачивать ласточкой, садить в обезьянник, но он-то вроде ничего такого плохого не сделал. Купил, ну, возможно, купил краденую тачку. У них есть Бьюик.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. Are you the owner?
That's right. Richard Coombs at your service. You looking to trade in a black and white, boys?
Mr. Coombs, we're investigating an auto theft. A man by the name of Cliff Harrison claims he bought the car here.
Well, some people would say that my cars are a steal. That's a joke, son.
Very amusing, Mr. Coombs.
I remember Harrison. It was a green two-tone Kaiser Frazer, if I remember rightly.
Do you have the bill of sale?
It's in my office. Walk this way.
Шутник, блин.
That's a joke too, son.
Phelps, you mind if I shoot this guy? He's getting on my nerves.
Юморист. Юморист. А сколько у нас интуиции? 5 баллов. Отлично. Просто отлично.
Here it is. Got the original pink slip there too.
Ну, давайте посмотрим, что у нас тут. Жид Арчер.
Gene Archer, 146 North Fremont Avenue.
Купил тачку 3 января, продал 9. Видимо, перекупщик, либо типа того. Ричард Кумс. Угу. Чек. Автосалон Гумса. 11 января. Недолго она, тачка, побыла с завода у перекупщика. И потом до конечного владельца.
Harrison's purchase receipt was legit at least.
Ну тут бумажка, это, ну все, да?
We have a couple of questions.
All right, fellas. Shoot.
Can you tell us how you came to buy the car?
Girl just wandered in right off the street.
Какая девушка, ты чё?
You're lying. You buy stolen cars and then resell them.
You have some evidence to back up that outrageous aspersion?
Блин, неправильно выбрал, да? Давайте-ка заново тогда.
Not another step. I have got a Buick Century sedan that would be absolutely perfect for you.
Так в этот раз мы ему...
Detective Phelps, LAPD, are you the owner?
That's right. Richard Coombs
Чё,
at
нельзя
your
скипнуть, да?
service.
А, скипнуть диалоги можно. Давайте-ка сядем.
Here it is. Got the original pink slip there, too.
Ричард Джин Арчер. А, так она Джин Арчер владела. Она перекупщик. Блин, я сначала подумал, он говорит про другое. Седан 47-го года.
Jean Archer, 146 North Fremont Avenue.
Интересно, как они сожительствуют в одном городе с разными автосалонами? Вот этот Кумбс, вы же помните, были еще у мужика такого здорового, жирного, который тоже тачками барыжит. Хотя, наверное, в Лос-Анджелесе таких немало. Если у них там автомобиль — это вершина прогресса.
Harrison's purchase receipt was legit, at least. We have a couple of questions.
All right, fellas.
Can you tell us how you came to buy the car?
Girl just wandered in right off the street.
Nothing unusual about the car.
Not really my usual type of vehicle. The price was certainly right, though. Nice girl, but about as sharp as a bag of wet mice.
Did you pay with check or cash?
A check. She wanted it made out to cash, but I insisted. Man has to watch his cash flow.
What name?
I made it out to Jean Archer on the Bank of Arcadia.
Can you describe this Jean Archer?
Brunette, maybe 25, 26. Little on the plump side, but not bone ugly.
Ну, допустим.
What was your impression of her?
Kind of harried and harassed. In a hurry to go somewhere, but no place to go. You get to know the type.
Do you know anything about the company that prints these pink slips?
Nope. Should I? It isn't exactly my business.
Но смотрит прямо. Предъявить у нас ему нечему.
Says Marquee Printing. You've never heard of them?
Marquee. Sure. They do all the government red tape. You'll find the place down on Aliso Street near San Pedro.
Понятно.
When exactly did you hand over the check, Mr. Combs?
Close of play on Friday.
Чё-то не договаривает, да? Чё-то не договариваешь.
Why didn't you pay her cash? You knew the car was dirty.
I had an inkling. When people are in a hurry for money, always pay by check, son. Gives you a couple days to back out.
This was all above board.
Yes, of course it was.
Слишком сильно нервничаешь.
Did this look legitimate to you, Coombs?
I'm in used cars, son, not bearer bonds. In my business, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Now don't come on all high and mighty with me if you want my help.
Какой Выёбистый мужик.
We need to continue the investigation.
Hope you sort out your problem with Mr. Harrison. Go easy on him, son. Boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. He's built too low. The fastballs fly over his head.
Let me shoot this guy, please. You have a pleasant day, Mr. Combs.
Короче, Кумс нам ничего не толкового не сказал. Но там была
Well,
перекупщица.
Harrison might be off the
Джин
hook, but we
Арчер.
can still run an APB on Gene Archer. Get on the phone, buddy.
Давайте-ка ее пробьем по базе данных. Где у нас телефон? Так, ребят, секунду. Надо прямо сесть. Если сажусь не прямо, начинают болеть легкие.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Requesting an APB on Gene Archer, age approximately 25, on suspicion of Grand Theft Auto.
I'll relay the information.
Messages for me, please.
A James Velasco is being held at Central Station on suspicion of GTA. Possible link to the Harrison case. They're waiting on you to conduct the interview.
Thanks for your help.
Джеймс Белла. И куда поедем? Допрашивать Беласку? И в типографию. Давайте допросим. Кого там они задержали?
Here's a chicken and egg question for you. Do you think you have to be an asshole to sell cars? Or that selling cars turns you into an asshole?
You've got it in for everyone today, haven't you?
I've always got it in for car salesmen. Doesn't matter what day it is. And why do they always think they're comedians when they're about as funny as a heart attack?
Maybe the more annoying they are, the quicker you sign on the dotted line, just to get the hell out of there.
All units, shots fired, ops needs help. Shot teller,
Дорогие.
Valencia. Shot teller,
Правильно.
Valencia. Shots fired, ops needs help.
Правильно,
Unit teller,
съебись.
firm 3 identified.
Долгая миля. Полученное достижение. Что это значит, не знаю. Где у нас LAPD? Ага, вот он. Как вы, наверное, ребята, знаете, полицейские конторы децентрализованы в Америке. Они не имеют общей связи. Они работают, они полумуниципальные. Блин, я пропустил. Какой он сидит? Черт. Какую нам допросную в эту?
Crummy bastard.
Заткнулся.
James Velasco?
I want a lawyer. It's my car and I got the proof right here. Take a look for yourself.
Шива, Джеймс Беласко.
Mister, a man like you always loses a battle of wits because you're unarmed.
Шевроле. Ну там был... А, ну, тоже седан.
The paper is real enough, Velasco, but the car isn't yours. This pink slip is a forgery.
Это что ж, две машины на одну... На одну машину две квитанции?
Where were you taking the car, James?
Blow it off, greenhorn. You'll get nothing from me.
You're a two-time loser. If you don't give me something, I'm gonna ask the DA for the maximum. You're looking at 10 years, Belasco. Kiss your youth goodbye.
I want a deal.
Keep talking and we'll see what sort of deal you're worth.
My job is to drive the cars out of state. Nevada, Arizona, sometimes New Mexico. With the paperwork they provide, it's normally a breeze.
Ну какая связь с
Does the name
Арчер?
Jean Archer mean anything to you?
Nope. Never heard of her.
Ну ты точно пиздишь.
You want my part?
Нет, неправильный ответ был. Чё-то я не угадал. Может быть, он пиздел по делу, а мне нужно было предъявить бумажку Джин Арчер. Давайте-ка заново допросим. Беласка вообще подонок.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
Crummy bastard.
James Belasco.
I want a lawyer. It's my car and I got the Take a look for yourself.
Ну, давай свою бумажку.
I swear.
The paper is real enough, Belasco, but the car isn't yours. This pink slip is a forgery.
Угу. Ну, тут вообще ничего нету.
Whoa! Easy!
Where were you taking the car, James?
Blow it off, greenhorn. You'll get nothing from me.
You're a two-time loser. If you don't give me something, I'm gonna ask the DA for the maximum. You're looking at 10 years, Belasco. Kiss your youth goodbye.
I want a deal.
Keep talking and we'll see what sort of deal you're worth.
My job is to drive the cars out of state. Nevada, Arizona, sometimes New Mexico. With the paperwork they provide, it's normally a breeze.
Does the name Jean Archer mean anything to you?
Nope. Never heard of her.
А на бумажке почему-то нет.
You're a liar, James.
Say that again. I'm telling the truth. I don't know the broad.
На бумажке нет. Так. Так. Копия чека. Не то.
So that's why you both have the same address printed on your pink slips. She's a mule for these stolen vehicles, genius. Same as you.
Jesus. All right, I know her. Stupidest broad I ever met. Always cooking up crazy schemes. I don't know why those guys use her. You happy now?
What happens to the cars once they cross over the state lines?
I don't know. I just deliver them.
А я сомневаюсь.
Give me something, Belasco, or I'll take you back to the cells and tell the whole station you're a child molester. How long do you think you'll last?
Okay, okay. I hear you. The cars get sold in Chicago or back east. Sometimes I bring back cars coming the other way.
Where do you pick up the cars, Belasco?
Warehouses. Mainly in East downtown.
Адрес, сука. Адрес.
Address, Belasco. You want my help with the DA? Cough it up. Now.
A place on Industrial Street. I don't know the number. You're gonna help me out, right?
Keep talking, kid, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, James. We're gonna check if this information is worth anything.
And if it is, I need your help here, pal.
If it is, then we'll know you're a man of your word, and so will the DA.
You're Phelps, right?
Yes, I am. Look, can we do this later? I'm in the middle of it.
Ray Pinker. I'm with Technical Services. The pink slips are all real.
Yes, we know that.
There's only one company that prints them in California, the Marquee Printing Company. They've confirmed that the numbers are legitimate.
You've checked them out?
Sure. They're on Aliso Street, near the corner of San Pedro. The guy I spoke to was Lightval. Gordon Lightval. Here, I wrote it down.
Thanks, Ray. This is a great lead. We'll get down there as soon as we can.
Да, видимо, туда в первую очередь стоит съездить. Типографию.
Your GTA suspect, Gene Archer, spotted by a patrolman. Western Union office, 253 South Hill. Less than a minute away down the street if you run. Go! She won't hang around.
Но надо успеть задержать эту Арчер. Торопись, Быковский.
Come on! We don't want to lose her!
Она же рядом. Практически. Где? Где? Western Union. Здорово, девочка.
LAPD. We'll take it from here.
God damn it. Everyone's against me. Look, just let me get my money and get out of here, okay? You look sweet. How about giving a girl a break? I could be very nice.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Miss Archer. Stefan, call for black and white.
Just my luck to get the only hair sure cop in the LAPD.
The car you sold to Coombs was stolen, Miss Archer. There won't be any money.
I handed over all the right paperwork when I sold it, Buster.
Gene, you've blown open the whole operation because you were dumb enough to try to sell one of the cars. What do you think they're going to do to you? Give me something.
I was just doing what they do. They paid me $50 to drive the car. I made $2 grand selling it.
You made zero. And if they catch you, you're dead. Is that all your life's worth?
Look, a girl needs things. I don't see you looking out for me.
How long have you and Belasco been delivering cars?
Who is James Belasco?
Ой, пиздишь.
You're lying. James Belasco. I don't remember mentioning his first name, Miss Archer.
Oh, I think you did, didn't you? Well, I'm sure of it. Anyway, I don't know him.
А у нас есть показания. Где у нас... Где это свидетельство? Беласко.
You aren't sharp enough to lie to me, Gene. You and James Belasco share the same address on your pink slips. We have him in a cell.
Okay, so I know the creep. The pink slips are real. The home addresses are always vacant lots. Bigelow is always boasting that the paperwork is legit and that if we stick to our stories...
And don't try and sell the car?
Yeah, that too.
Bigelow.
Tell me where you picked up the car, Miss Archer.
Look, I can't remember. Let me go, will you? Please. What have I got to do?
Сомнения?
Trying my patience here, Gene.
I'll have the reporters down here and have your picture in all the papers. You'll have nowhere to run.
All right already. I get the message. I got a call from a guy named Bigelow. 58 Industrial Street. Big warehouse full of goons. Now you've got what you want. Can I go? Please?
No, you sure can. We've got a car waiting outside for you.
Mm-hmm. Some career advice, Gene. Get out of crime. Marry someone boring who has money and will find you captivating.
Is this guy for real?
He takes a little getting used to, but yeah, he generally means what he says.
Посидишь немножко в обезьяннике. Но мы успели ее задержать, кстати говоря. Что там время, миссия на время была, по-моему. Так, сейчас надо наведаться в типографию. В первую очередь.
You're behind the wheel. Fine. Where are we headed?
Пусть поведет Белас. Ой, Беласка. Бековский.
Friendly girl.
Used to getting her own way.
Little did she know her feminine charms were useless against the impenetrable Cole Phelps.
She's not my type.
And what is your type, Phelps?
I'm married.
I know that. But you're not blind or dead inside, are you? Wait, scrap that second half of the question.
I don't know. Blondes, I guess.
Hallelujah! The man is human after all. Now we're getting somewhere. Yep, I'm with you on the blondes. Brunettes are fine too. And there's nothing wrong with a good redhead. But I draw the line at gray. You know what? I might have to lift that embargo soon in the interest of maintaining a free market.
A man with high standards.
My standards are only as high as the last glass of whiskey.
Короче, звездят про баб. Так, все, я выпил. Фотография марки. Почти 5 часов вечера.
What the hell?
Почему каждый идиот будет мне говорить what the hell? Какой hell нахер? What the hell?
There's such a thing as soap, you know.
Здорово, мужик, курить вредно.
And what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm a traffic detective from Central Division. Who's in charge here?
I am, Gordon Lightfall. What's this about?
We understand that your company prints California vehicle titles.
Yes, I have the government contract to print pink slips. Have done for some years.
Have you had any goods or equipment stolen recently? We're running up against stolen cars with seemingly legitimate paperwork.
Not recently. Have you ruled out forgery? There's no shortage of talented artists in this town.
We'll keep it in mind.
Ну что ж, давайте-ка проверим заказы.
We have some questions for you, Mr. Lightfall. Mr. Lightfall, we're currently working 2 auto theft cases. Do you know anything about a car theft ring?
Certainly not. Why would I get mixed up in a thing like that?
Похоже, что-то не договаривает.
We have suspects with legitimate pink slips that were printed here, Lightfall. You better give me something before I bring the whole department down here.
Don't be hysterical, Detective. As a matter of fact, we had a similar problem a couple of years ago. A number of used car lots were selling blank documents to a criminal organization.
Да, Яна, согласен.
Do the names Cliff Harrison and James Belasco mean anything to you?
No, they do not.
Но вроде не врет. Или врет? Нет. Врал, видимо. Придется заново начинать. Доброс. Вот так начинаем дело с краденой тачки, а выходим вообще на городской уровень преступности.
And what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm a traffic detective from Central Division. Who's in charge here?
I am, Gordon Lightfall. What's this about?
We understand that your company prints California vehicle titles.
Yes, I have the government contract to print pink slips. I've done for some years.
Have you had any goods or equipment stolen recently? We're running up against stolen cars with seemingly legitimate paperwork.
Not recently. Have you ruled out forgery? There's no shortage of talented artists in this town.
We'll keep it in mind. We have some questions for you, Mr. Lightfall. Mr. Lightfall, we're currently working 2 auto theft cases. Do you know anything about a car theft ring?
Certainly not. Why would I get mixed up in a thing like that?
We have suspects with legitimate pink slips that were printed here, Lightfall. You better give me something before I bring the whole department down here.
Don't be hysterical, Detective. As a matter of fact, we had a similar problem a couple of years ago. A number of used car lots were selling blank documents to a criminal organization.
Do the names Cliff Harrison and James Belasco mean anything to you?
No, they do not.
Harrison bought his car from Coombs. The pink slip looks good, and that points the finger here. Do you have any employee trouble?
No, I don't. They've all been carefully screened. Look, now that I think about it, the name Coombs sounds familiar. I think they may have been involved in stolen documents in the past.
Do you have a delivery ledger, Mr. Lightfall? We would like to cross-check against the Coombs Automotive Emporium.
It's a little out of the ordinary, Detective. I'm not sure I can share those sorts of records.
Hand it over, Lightball. You don't want us having bad thoughts about you, do you?
Very well, but this really is irregular. Over here.
Какой дедок наглый.
Look for patterns, recurring names, unusual addresses, anything out of the ordinary.
За что можно зацепиться? Бигелоу. Прикольная фамилия.
You certainly encourage repeat business, Lightball. This Mr. Bigelow is a good customer. Sorry to bother you, sir. We'll let you know if there are any developments.
Фамилия Бигелоу. Ладно. А что, больше ничего? Теперь можно съездить. А чё в типографии осталось-то? Что-то я вообще запутался. Что-то с ним не допиздели.
Well, I trust you've got all that you need.
What now?
We could always try the address Archer gave. Maybe she's dumb enough to be sitting at home waiting for us.
А, да, она же дала нам фейковый адрес. Надо бы по нему сгонять, проверить.
Can you drive to this one?
Where are we going?
Норт Фермонт Авеню. Вот там, скорее всего, ни хера не будет, если это фейковый адрес. Чуть-чуть радио поиграло и все. Норт Фермонт Авеню 146.
Empty. Should have known that Archer broad would have given us a false address.
Now she said she loved me, and it seemed to me that things were just about like they ought to be. So.
Ну давай, теперь сгоняем. Что в типографии марки еще забыли? В Индастриал Стрит. Ну давайте в Индастриал Стрит загоняем. Ой, здесь будет экшен.
We should call for a couple of black and whites. Get Fleischer down here.
I thought you Marines were gung-ho, Cole. You have a 45, don't you ever want to use it? I'll take the back. Just give me a few seconds to get around there.
Какой, блин, самоотверженный. А ничего, что толпой гасить гораздо проще? Меньше стрелять, допустим, надо, если там численный перевес.
Cole Phelps, LAPD. All of you are coming downtown with me.
You think so, Mama? Let's stop the cop!
Throw out the guns.
Why won't you go fucking down?
Кстати, можно взорвать. Смотри, они вооружены как мафия. Я стреляю получше, чем...
How long do you think you can hold out?
Чем эти товарищи. Кто там еще? Недоумер. Кто-то тут.
Covering fire!
Shit. Really hurts. Let's clear the top floor. I don't want to get drilled on the back on the way out.
Все, блин, за него делать. Бековский, ты хотя бы что-то сделай.
I need cover! Find some cover! Try the door at the end. I heard something.
Дверь в коридоре.
All right, don't shoot. Keep your hands up. Watch him, Bukowski.
He doesn't move until I've tossed this place.
Так, что у нас тут? Типография марки. А вот и квитанция.
Marquee Printing Company. There's nothing like going direct to the source.
Типография. Вот и, кстати, улика против типографии.
A betting slip. Looks like
Букмекерские
Mr.
талоны.
Lightfall has been on a losing streak.
Похоже, ему не везло. Долги, что ли, хотел покрыть таким образом? Может, я тут что еще не разглядел? Насколько у ГГ толстая книжечка? Да не знаю. Наверное, очень толстая. Марк Принкинг.
There are enough slips here to keep them stealing cars till Christmas.
Угу.
We've got a trail of pink slips and stolen cars that leads right to your door, Bigelow. You're in this up to your neck, but I don't think you're the man in charge. Make it easier on yourself. Give him up.
I do work on cars for customers. You charge in here shooting up the place like it's the Ballad of Bulge. I can't give you anything.
Ну да, ну да.
We know about marquee printing. You can make this easier on yourself by giving us your man on the inside.
I sometimes repair cars and put them back on the road. I need a pink slip to resell them. There's no problem.
There are at least 4 dead men in this warehouse.
4
Couple more.
жмурика.
Punks won't make for that much extra paperwork. We'd be doing the legal system a favor.
Okay, tough guy, I get the message. Lightfall, the guy who runs Marquee.
Lightfall.
He's the big shot. He likes to spend big at the track.
От сука.
He owes people.
Lightfall, the guy with no luck at the track. Tell me about him.
It's one of the guys lying over there. You're right. He has no luck.
Может, ты пиздишь? Да, блять, опять не ту нажал. Надо было свидетельство Лейтвола. Надеюсь, стрелять сейчас не придется. Сейчас мы это дело закончим, ребят, и будем заканчивать.
Keep your hands up. Watch him, Bukowski. He doesn't move until I've tossed this place. Marquee Printing Company. There's nothing like going direct to the source.
Интересно, этот с типографией, где мы были до этого, уже съебался или остался там?
A betting slip. Looks like Mr. Lightfall has been on a losing streak.
There are enough slips here to keep them stealing cars till Christmas. We've got a trail of pink slips and stolen cars that leads right to your door, Bigelow. You're in this up to your neck, but I don't think you're the man in charge. Make it easier on yourself. Give him up.
I do work on cars for customers. You charge in here shooting up the place like it's the Ballad of Bulge. I can't give you anything.
We know about marquee printing. You can make this easier on yourself by giving us your man on the inside.
I sometimes repair cars and put them back on the road. I need a pink slip to resell them. There's no problem there.
There are at least 4 dead men in this warehouse.
4 жмурика.
Punks won't make for that much extra
Давай-ка
paperwork.
еще.
We'd be doing the legal system a
Колись.
favor.
Okay, tough guy, I get the message. Lightfall, the guy who runs Marquee. He's the big shot. He likes to spend big at the track. He owes people.
Lightfall, the guy with no luck at the track. Tell me about him.
It's one of the guys lying over there. You're right. He has no luck.
That's the best lie you can come up with, Bigelow?
Hey, would I lie to you, detective? I'm not exactly in a good position here now, am I?
Так. Блин, а какой это должен предъявить-то?
Gordon Lightball owns Marquee Printing, a government print shop. He's losing big at the track.
He has these big government contracts. He's in hock over 20 grand. If the feds find out, contracts will be all over. Lightfall plays ball.
All right, Bigelow. The heat is off you. Play your cards right and you'll be able to count your time in Quentin on one hand.
Да. А если бы не стреляли, ему бы пришили гораздо меньше. Ну, теперь снова в типографию. Надеюсь, этот умник... Ну, он не совсем умник. Значит, скорее всего, не съебал. Что после первого визита ментов съебал. Типография марки. Едем.
What a mess.
Gonna take some cleaning up, that's for sure.
I wish it hadn't gone that way.
Well, they shouldn't bring guns to work with them. We didn't have a lot of choice.
You have to admire the barefaced cheek of someone who tries to blow your brains out one minute and pleads innocence the next.
Yeah, especially when he's surrounded by evidence. But guys like Bigelow spend so much time convincing themselves that they're not doing anything wrong that they actually start to believe their own bullshit.
They get sloppy. Bigelow, Lightfall, all of them. If they hadn't, who knows how long they could have kept this racket going.
Complacency or greed. It's always one of the two that brings them down.
Да. Типография марк. Недолго радио играло, недолго фраер танцевал.
You're under arrest. You again? This harassment is starting to wear thin.
We found a box of pink slips in a warehouse full of hot cars. You signed for them, Lightball.
I sign for all the orders and deliveries. You'll need something better than that, cowboy.
Ага, пиздишь.
Save it, Lightfall. We already have all we need to send you down.
I've had enough of this. You either produce some shred of proof, or I call my attorney.
Ну, допустим, игорный долг твой.
You're in the hole with the organization. We know about the debts, Lightfall.
I agree. I have a small problem. I'm prepared to help you in any way I can, Detective. I'll name names. I need you to keep this out of the paper.
You need to shut up now, Lightfall. Gordon Lightfall, I'm charging you with conspiracy and fraud. Hands behind your back.
Все, да выебывался.
The LAPD Central Traffic Division has today smashed a nationwide auto theft ring, writes crime correspondent, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here it is. Traffic squad detectives confronted a large group of armed thugs. After an exchange of gunfire, more than a dozen dead criminals were removed from the scene. The LAPD sustained no casualties. Damn fine work, Phelps. Now get out there and nail some more bad guys, will you? I want to finish reading this.
Интересно, там вообще кто-то этим зданием заправляет, когда никого нету? Ну, такие дела, ребят. Ой, городу еще нанесли урон на 100 рублей. Но нанесение ущерба городу, пешеходам, автомобилям, это тоже сказывается на уровне закрытия дела. Допустим, дело закрыто блестяще, 5 звезд. А если будет большой урон, то там будет дело уже не блестящее. Вот как-то так. Сейчас посмотрим катсцену и будем заканчивать. Флэшбэк.
My family runs a shipping business in San Francisco. We used to have 2 ships a week to Tokyo. We've been in shipping for 2 generations, Hank. I've never been on a voyage anywhere. I feel like Odysseus in the beginning of his journey.
The Odyssey took 10 years, Cole.
This is the American century. America can rule the world after we win this war.
We need to stay alive, Cole. These men are counting on us. Have you heard what the veterans are saying to each other?
No.
Golden Gate and 48. That's 4 more hard years of fighting.
44-й, значит. Не. Слишком не то. Fallen Idol. А, машина, которая ёбнулась с высоты, с верхотуры. Вот, видите. Зажали педаль газа и падает.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
Прям через
Chevy
дорогу.
Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Хотя далеко ехать не придется. Уже хорошо. Ну что ж.
See you later, fellas.
На этом будем заканчивать. Спасибо всем огромное, что были сегодня на стриме. Яна, Вика, София, вам отдельный респект. Тебе, хирург, за то, что заходил. А всем остальным спокойной ночи. Увидимся с вами, ребят, наверное, завтра. Если все будет так же нормально, завтра продолжим стрим. Если мне позволит мое здоровье. Вот. Что ж, до новых встреч, что еще можно сказать. Всем спокойной ночи, всем приятного вечера. Спасибо, да, буду выздоравливать. Спасибо за обнимашки, ребят. Всем пока.